What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to go over a day trading recap. Traded one stock today, ASUR, and then I traded the SPY. Check it out. Alright guys, so let's jump right on into this. Today I traded ASUR, had news this morning about a $120 million contract, and the float wasn't super tiny, but it wasn't big, 12 million float stock, so it was, it was reasonable. Gapping up decent, about 20 something percent, and I figured, we had a good shot here at taking the trade on it. Let me show you the daily chart on it real quick here. Anytime. Here we go. So here's the daily chart on it. As you can see, we had a gap fill area here. We had this 840, 850 area. It was a top here, kind of a support here, resistance again. And then today we peaked our head right above it. All right, we picked our head right above it. So I thought, hey, maybe this is going to be the one. Maybe this is going to be the one, but it hit a high of 873 and decided to not want to be in play anymore. I got caught up in it. I was eyeing it here and regret not taking that trade because I would have definitely taken some profit off up here. So when it made this nice push on this real nice increase in volume here, I decided to wait for a pullback to get long in front of. So I did. I got long in here and got stopped out when we broke down here under 825. So I was in at 840 something and got stopped out at 821. Then it stopped me out by that penny and basically just went on and tested highs again. So it's just a rough trader, because we break over VWAP, pull it back in. I should have taken that as a bearish sign to begin with. Pull it back in instantly. Then we push right above VWAP again, increasing volume again, and then we take it right back. And now we're just kind of like sitting around this support area. So it's not something to be, that we should take for granted and forget about. As long as it holds above this 815, 820 area, this thing will have shorts trapped in it, and we might have another, another squeeze here, maybe up to $9. As you can tell, VWAP is still holding up as resistance. So something to just keep an eye on. After I took that L there, I stepped back for a little while and waited around, answered some emails, did some work here and there, but didn't trade again. Just sat and waited. And then we saw the SPY was basically basing out down here in this 290 area. We bounced off of it here, okay? And it was also an area on the daily. Get the daily here for you. Anytime now. Here we go. Well, my daily has a whole lot of lines because I tend to leave my lines out there because history does repeat itself often. But here, where is it? Here we go. Here's that 290 area right there. Okay. It's this top right here, this top right here, and this top right here. Okay, I know it's really small, you can barely see it, but those are tops there at that 290 area. That 289 area. So when that started to take place, I said, well, you know what? We might bounce off of that again. So we had this bounce and this bounce. On this bounce here, I bought some calls. I bought some, let's see here, SPY 290 calls right as we began to bounce here. And I do have that trade live for you. And my plan was to take some profit off as we bounced up to test VWAP and hold on to a little bit, looking for that VWAP break. And maybe we would get a rally up to that 291 area again and test, the high day area, which was 293. So I said, let's take that trade. And I did. I jumped in my SPY calls. Here they are. At 111, I took some profit off at 129, took more profit off at 133, and set a stop on the last call at 112. It triggered that one here, and then it bounced all the way up there to VWAP to my plan. And those calls went up to $1.50 and change, 50 something like 55, 57. And that was it. And then here are my ASUR trades, a bunch of my stop quote orders. In at 850, bought more at 843, and then I stopped out at 832 and 822. So, just $99 loss there. And made it back on my SPY trade, which I'm going to get here for you. Small caps have just been so dead, guys. It's just really, really rough trading conditions. But here we are. This trade took just under 20 minutes to fully develop. As you can see, here's my options chain right here. And I had 5 contracts. So, see, we're in that bounce I told you about. Now I'm just looking for that volume to increase on the bounce, which it does. So there I take off 3 contracts, right? There I have 5 contracts, as you can see. We're making that push up to that 290 area. I take off 3 contracts right there at $1.29 from a $1.11 entry. Not bad at all. Then I'm thinking we should really be going over, to 290 right about now with that nice volume that we saw increase, but we don't. So when we don't, I take that profit there. I have 2 contracts left. I sell 1 more at $1.33 from $1.11. And then I say, okay, I'm going to hold on to this one and put a stop at it at break even. And I'm going to hold on to it looking for a break over VWAP. And watch what happens. I get stopped out. Not yet, actually. Get stopped out soon here. We start to pull in and hold this area. I have a hard stop out. And it's about to trigger here. There. It triggers there. Okay, it triggers there on that candle. So check it out. We have this doji, 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles. We had a doji, 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles. Look at the very next candle. It's like the SPY gave me the finger. That thing just boom. Oh well, I mean, that's the name of the game. At least I'm at break even on the day. I can't complain about that. The SPY calls really helped me out here. I'm going to keep watching the day. Probably won't trade again. If I do, I will post about it in my Twitter feed. So go ahead and look at the description section below. You'll have my link to Twitter. You can follow me there. And if I take another trade, I will notify on Twitter what I did and, how it worked out for me or how it didn't work out. Let me know how you did. Drop it in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. You're going to want to subscribe because later on this month, Patrick Whelan's having that tournament, that day trading tournament that I'm going to be a part of. So you'll want to see how I'm doing. Remember to smash the like button for me and I'll catch you on the next one.